All right. So now we can introduce ourselves to know a little bit more about each other. And I want to start saying something different about, okay, we can introduce ourselves, but saying different things than what we usually say. Because sometimes we always have a script and always say just the same things. So introduce yourself in a different way today.
Okay, my name is Pedrito. I am 36 years old. I live in Santa Maria, Rio Grande do Sul, and uh, I'm a IT guy, working with IT for 17 years, my entire career, and I like to I look so much to about things about technology and new things and new technological things. And in my free time, I like to enjoy with my family, uh, play with games with my daughter, and play some games with my daughter, and learn new things as well.
Very nice. And about me, I'm Elta Vares. I'm from São Paulo, capital. I was about to say the same thing that you usually do. Let me see. I like to cycling. I like cycling actually. I really like to eat lasagna. I'd say nothing healthy, but it's something that I like to do. I really like going out, but also staying at home too. It's not something that every week or every weekend I need to get out, but sometimes because I study at home, so I'm always at home. I don't usually get out of my house, so it's basically important sometimes just to get out, to go to the supermarket, just to need an excuse to be out. And let me see. I think that's it. I can remember. Yeah, very nice. So let's see if another person is going to, any other people is going to be here. But telling about some things about the platform. Here's a conversation 100% in English. Of course, we can say some words in Portuguese if that's necessary, but it's mainly in English. And here on TNT, we can practice English, Spanish, Italian, French, and Mandarin. In the future, we'll be able to practice other languages too. And here's a safe place to make mistakes. So we're not here to judge anybody. We're not here to correct anybody. We are here just to speak in English to be understood, and that's the main point of it. Just learn about each other's point of views, and that's it. So, as I said, today's topic is books. So, today we're going to talk about books. And I already asked you a question, the first one, and is do you like reading books? You said you liked, but why? Can you explain it?
I like read some kind of books, like you said, for mental psychology uh, content and sci-fi as well, uh, and about technology, which is my area. Uh, I think but I not read so much. Like I think 3 books in a year in the last year. Uh, I want to read more, but I always have busy and not learn much, uh, read much. And you?
Mhm. Well, I can, as I said, I like to read. I don't really like to read the digital ones, like on the computer, on the cell phone, like a book. Just I don't know, I just don't really understand what's being said. Yeah, had if I had to read something, I would rather to be the physical one that I can turn the pages and all because it's better for me for some reason that I don't actually know. But as I said about this theme, about these contents, about this mental health, how to be more productive, these cases of success, about entrepreneurship, as I said. So these one are the main ones that I like to read. And of course, if that's necessary to read any other type, that's okay. But it's something that I postpone if I can, because it's not the genre that I really like to read. But it's okay, I'd say. And about number two, do you think it's important to read books? Why? Do you think this can be replaced by any other way of getting information? How do you think?
Today is more common playing games, I think, for the new uh, uh, the new generation. But reading books is good, well, as well, to uh, get into history and learning new things with other perspective. I think for me is it the most important for reading books.
Mm-hmm. And you said about this generation thing. Do you think it changed like the way people see about reading? Like, do you think people nowadays think it's trash to read a book because it doesn't bring you any information? Or no, the people always think the same, and even if that's for good or for the bad, it's always been the same.
Uh, in in my case, when I was young, I searched things in books, for example, to do homework or something else. Uh, and now have a lot of information available in too many things, into in cell phone and tablet and network internet. But now is with this lot of information have more distractions, I think, and the the kids are the is more difficult get to read a book, for example, a historical or another kind of book. I think
Mm-hmm.
is more uh, uh, when they come adult, they they get more information. This
Mm-hmm. I do believe like that nowadays with the technology, people just want the easiest way to get things done. So if they need to choose between reading a book, spending so much time reading it, and on the other hand, having the possibility to ask for the AI to explain it to them in a short way, why would they choose the first option? Nowadays, I think
yeah.
people are having this problem, and I do believe it's important to read books because it's how we get information. And as you said, I do believe there's a difference between the the other generation and the generation from now, because for example, the the people from the last generation, sem essa, had the necessity, as you said, to learn, to go to study on a library, to get the books and to study, to do the homework and all. And now maybe they can, with that facility, they do that. And of course, their children are going to follow the same steps. So that's what I think it's about, the influence that they have, especially the ones who had necessity to study by book, and now they don't. So now all they do is to be on the internet, and now the kids are following the same steps. So that's what I kind of think. And I want to know from you, do you have this kind of difference, as I said, about reading online content or a physical book or not?
Now I read usually to read books in my tablet. But I have some books, physical books, uh, and like a Lord of the Rings and the let me see the another the Game of Thrones. The books I have these physical ones, but now my new uh, I reading in my tablet.
Mm-hmm. One difference, one difference that I see, and that it's something really awful for me because I wanted to have both, but I can't, is to have this experience about reading a physical book because it's better for me to understand, to really understand what the book's saying, and about the possibility to teclar Ctrl F or F5 and search one specific word that I needed to remember that I just remember one word, but I can't find this word in a book, physical book. So on the internet, that's possible just to search. Oh, just to search. Okay, words tal. And then I find the word, I find the context that I wanted, and it's so easy. So if I can, I would rather to have both options so I can have both things. But talking about this comprehension, real comprehension, it's better on the physical one. I've never tried to have a Kindle. I don't know, a tablet, a Kindle. I don't know what's the difference, but because of that, because I don't, it's not the same thing for me. But
Yeah, I think the most important for me is the about large books you have in a tablet, and there's more practicity. Yeah,
yeah, for this point, looking about this site too, you don't have you don't need to have a space to leave all of them and se deteriorar also. So you don't have this preoccupation.
yeah.
That's another point of this. And about number five, we already answered. So number five, can you read it and answer?
Okay. Do you think reading a book is better than watching movies? Why? Why not? This is a tough one for me. I like so much watching movies, uh, but uh, even I think depends of the book, the historical thing, and like the Game of Thrones, you can give him immersive in the history and imagine the things. And this is good to practice more in in watching a movie. You don't have this. You just watching the scene, but in a book, you have this. You get the information and you uh, turn immersive in the place or in the other other place you read is good for this.
Yeah. For me, it's complicated too because nowadays I think there are people that would choose books instead of watching movies. But I really like. It's not that I really like, but because I don't know, I don't have patience to choose a great movie. That's the main problem because the if the title is not attractive, I'm not going to watch it. So for me, it's really complicated to choose a movie. But instead of reading books, I don't know, I think it's equal or more, I'd say, because nowadays I cannot lie. It's just part of the daily life. And even though I don't do that often about watching movies, but I like when it's a great movie, just to watch some of them. And as you said, in the book, we need to have this imagination, I'd say. So even if the books say there, but you imagine a whole world. And of course, you need to be people usually need to have a quiet place to can read it, so they can really have concentrate in that. And but one thing that I don't like when that happens, and it's really awful, is when the book starts the conversation, you kind of get to know the characters of the book, and then after that you kind of create a imagine in your head, in your mind. But then the book says, yeah, and the blonde woman did something, but in your mind they were brunettes. So that can be really frustrating when we get through that situation. Have you ever went through that?
Yeah, kind of, but I'm really get this the concentration to avoid distractions to turn the reading immersive. And if have any distractions, I can read uh, comfortable.
And how do you usually do that if you don't, for example, I can do that either if I don't have a silence place. I cannot concentrate. How's that?
In the nature, I try to get uh, above a tree or something in a shadow and read something and uh, concentrate this when my daughter playing with my wife, for example, and I need this quiet, not a so quiet quietly, but uh, in a place when don't have internet, for example, don't have a TV show someone watching, and I have this time to me for read something.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And do you have any recommendations? I think that's the word, about one specific book that was really great that you remember until now, and you recommend to people. What would it be?
About number sixty habits, the power of habits. I read uh, in last year, the final last year, I think. The power of habits. It's so it's a great book, and when you have some features to you learn about features to do to to concentrate more and avoid distraction, for example, and get what you need about habits. It's so good. I don't know
That's
you read.
no, this one not yet. I think I've heard of talk about it, but one that I read that was great for me because it's related to the entrepreneurship and the process of growing up of the of the stages of life is Ponto de Inflexão. It's a really great book. Did you read it?
Not yet. I read something about Dale Carnegie. Don't know
About what?
you
Sorry.
know. Dale Carnegie.
No.
The is the about sales and how to get entrepreneurship. It's a good one. I have some books. It's not just one about this. Let me see the name. I forgot the name now. Uh,
Mhm.
writer is how to make friends and influence people. Is a good one.
Somebody already told about the book, one of the
Yeah.
members. I do remember. But yeah, these are the main ones that I like to read. And of course, if I need to read other subjects, that's okay, but it's not the main ones. So I'm not really into reading books about, I don't know, a story, different than history, but a story completely invented. I am not really into that kind of book. But about number six, do you have any reading habits? For example, I did buy one luminaria abajur, so that I could be more propitious for me to read. So by the bed, and of course, just when that's at night, just to turn on off the lights and just to let it in a luz ambiente. That's better for me, so that I can be more propitious to read, I'd say. So to facilitate this process, that is not so easy sometimes, because of the internet, the connection about going on social media. So for me, that's something that I did. And how's that for you?
For me, uh, I can't read in bed. I just sleep, and I usually to get in my couch and and sitting and read in my tablet. But about the lights, in a tablet, you can configure the lights and the backlight and the color of the words, the letters, and it's better for me. It's better uh, because of that, and like the turn the backlight dark and the letters yellow, for example, is better to read in 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 the dark or with less uh, illumination.
Mm-hmm. I see. Yeah, and I don't know. Do you feel there's a difference? I do. But how about you, about feeling a difference between, I don't know if that's the same word, probably not. But just be understood. The warm ones and the cold ones. Do you understand? About the white ones, that is like a hospital, it's always white. And of course the yellow one, that it's more comfy, you get more comfy through the environment. How do you feel about it? Does it help you somehow?
Yeah, I think yes. I usually try this, and like I said, the yellow letters and dark background to read my tablet, the books is more comfortable for the eyes.
Mm-hmm. I see. And about, let me see, number seven we already answered. And number eight, what in your childhood, what type of books did you read? Did your mother read to you?
My mother usually invented some histories to I fell asleep, and I usually read comic books. I think, yeah, about Turma da Mônica, for example, or Chupatinhas, something like this in my childhood. I it's more. like to read for a kid read, and uh, is fast to finish them.
Yeah. In my childhood, I used to read sometimes, and as you said, it shouldn't be. It wasn't able to be one huge, huge book with many pages and a huge history. No, just a simple one with a few pages so that I could go through it all the of the time. So talking about this, I did like I don't remember. That was something related to bets, bets, something like that. I don't actually remember. And of course, this HQ. I don't know. I'm not really into this world, but this simple about Turma da Mônica, something related to that, the simple ones. But anything more than that, because if I had this book, I wouldn't read it at all. But we are here to change. And about mother reading to me, I don't remember if she did because I don't think that was a habit. But about as you said, sometimes maybe that could be one simple history story actually story just to make to make sleep, but anything more than that that I remember at least. And about number 9, have you ever read comics? Which one and well, what is it about? What is it about?
Yeah, comics. I usually read in my childhood, and uh, is common for me is about heroes or about like this kind of stories I said, and I think is I watching in TV, for example, and after that I seeking the book or the uh, a kind of book when I about the same hero, for example.
Mm-hmm. I let me see about comics. I didn't. I think any. I don't know. Can you give me some examples because I don't really know about what comics would be exactly. Do you know something about?
Like the X-Men, for example, I think.
No, 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 no,
Uh,
no. Not at all. Just to
or
watch.
Iron Man, or like this.
Yeah. So in this case, no, never. And maybe it's just something that maybe related to it about on the TV, but anything related, I was never really into it. There are these movies, these books that people just talk about this, but I'm completely out of that. Nothing special to me. But so no. The answer is no. And about number 10, if you could be a character from a book, who would it be? A really interesting one.
Well, when I was a child, I like magic and magician things like Harry Potter, for example. Uh, and when I try to read something, uh, the first book about Harry Potter is a large one, very large, and I can't finish, but I'm I really imagine in the story and uh, with doing some magic things, something like this. This is the good part to read books about this kind of stories.
Yeah, I'd say anything that is that has a perfect world, that would be okay. But one thing related, I'm going to say about this one that I already mentioned it about this ponto de inflexão, because the guy just grew up in life hugely. I don't know if that word exists, but in a really great way. And if I could be a billionaire too, I would be. That would be amazing. Of course, without losing or forgetting about my values. I'm really strong with it. About okay, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm always to I'm always going to follow these values in my life. So it's something that I really prioritize, let's say. But um yeah, this one about just okay being able to not to worry so much about money. Okay, I want that. That's okay. uh, go get two of this, being able to do that. But yeah, something related to this. Anything more special than that, I don't know. But about next question, number 11, can you read it and answer?
If you could write a book, what would it be about? I think is in my case, I write something like a biography or IT for IT person with how to work with this with uh, technological things and the modern technological things we have now and the new tools and AI. Something about this, I think, is
Mm-hmm.
about the most common, I think, the right in nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
like a
and would it
biography.
and would it be like a huge one, or like that people would take this as a legacy, for example, or just a simpler one, a basic one? I don't know. Would it be
I think
I don't know the the requisitos, but like a huge one for the whole population to know or not?
about technological things is not the the most popular thing, and is just a kind of group like like this, and it's more about tips, I think, to tips at work and to how to grow up in this career, for example.
Mm-hmm. And I'm already going to answer the question, but still related to that. Would you rather to do one to create about the biography, one specific book to be the hugest one, or to have, for example, many books, maybe telling each chapter of your life, if you could
Yeah,
choose, just to choose?
I think many books, yeah, not a large one.
Mm-hmm. That could be interesting for you to I don't know, to earn more money, because the people would want to read the rest of the story, and to facilitate, because people usually don't like to read the big ones that with too many pages, too many information. So that could be a great strategy for you to do that. And if I could, I think I would choose the same thing, even though I don't know if, of course, only if I had this intention of creating a book that everybody would need to read someday of their lives. One huge book would be better, but I do believe that these fracionados one could be interesting to do. And as you said, I think I would write an autobiography, because it's so interesting to get to know about other people, and about how they see things. So that's why I said about reading this type of book, because we can see the person through a vision that sometimes they don't show on social media if they do that nowadays. And you can really try to understand the way that they used to think, the way that they saw things, the way that they used to do things in their reality about life. So for me it's something better, I'd say, more than okay one movie that the person can do about an autobiography, but in a movie sometimes I think I would rather just to read the book because it's more close to them, to the author. It's not something that has too many people involved, and about the movie the movie needs to be interesting, but about the book it's more intimate contact with the author, I'd say. So for me, that would be one greatest option. And yeah, about number 12, what book do you think everyone should have the chance to read? I'd say the ones that I've already mentioned it, and about this topic, I'd say not one specific, of course, Ponto de Inflexão, I think everybody should read, but all the books or the majority, the greatest ones about the topics that I already said about understanding our minds, so we can really get to know how we work, how it is for us. Okay, I usually don't do that, but why I don't do that? Do I have something that me impossibilita to do that, or something that distract me to do that? No, so being able to tell everyone to do that, it's something that I'm used to do always if when I can. And of course, just doing as best as I can to inform people, not to make them even. I always confuse these two words, numb, dumb. I don't know the difference, but always make them silly without information. That's the opposite that I want. And how's that for you?
Yeah, I think the book Power of Habits is a good one to all people want to read to understand the power we have and any people have and any people has and it's just about you get something you want and develop the the mentality and the wish the about you want and you reach them this and get this in some point in your life or more easily or in a distant point, but you get this. You have the power to get something, and it's just about you. You you create this mentality and develop this. Is a good book.
Mm-hmm.
Is the this explain about much things and even the about the brain, the thoughts, and a lot of things they explain uh, uh, like experiments with hats, with mouses, for example, and they the habit they create for in some environment and the the mouse develops the habit about something is is more complicated but is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this topic, I think it's really deep that we can go through And because nowadays I feel like the people don't usually do that because of the technology mainly. They can have everything so easily, so they don't use to talk, they're not used to talk. And about number 13, have you ever participated in a book club? If so, how did it work? If not, why? Have you ever?
I don't have an opportunity to participate in this kind of club. Now I think have ones in some university here, but in my time when I studied, for example, I don't have this opportunity.
Mm-hmm. I see. I didn't yet too, just as you, but I was ready to participate of one, but something happened that I couldn't be there. And but that would be amazing, like to be able to talk to these authors that would be there, and to talk to the people that read about the book, and now they are interested about the author, so they go there to see the author. So all of these experience, I think it's so important to keep in contact with the public that you achieve, just so you can get a more feedbacks about them, from them actually, about your book. And that's one of the main things that I'd say, having this opportunity to do that. I think every author should do that at least once, so that they can really feel about their public. It's not something, okay, I released the book, but I don't have this contact with the people that I achieved. No, I think everybody should have this information back from their art, from their project. And have you ever tried reading in another language, like reading a book in English or any other language? Have you ever?
Now the book I'm reading is in English. The name is The Phoenix Project. It's a novel about IT and DevOps is in my area, and is a good one. And I think if it is something about your career or something you're doing, is more easy to understand and get the main information about the book.
Mm-hmm. I see. And what do you think about this? It's not on the list. What do you think about this expression to judge the book by its cover? Do you agree with it? How do you deal to choose a book to read?
Yeah, it's like you said before about the movies. Just the read the title and this movie is not good, but the history is very good, is very immersive. I'm try to read the about the I don't know the name is in English uh, the summary about the book and the story and at the same about movies. I think I'm usually about movies. I usually uh, get the in social media about the some cuts about the movie, and I get a good ones in last month. Good movies using this getting the some cuts about the movie and after that search about the movie and watching this. And about the book, I think is more reading this a summary or the uh, or a resume about the in the about the history.
You said something really interesting, that I do the same with movies. With the books, of course, reading the if the subtitle, no, the title. if the title is not attractive, it's completely. I already start the book with a pulga atrás da orelha, So I don't know if I'm going to like about this one. And about the movies, you said about these pages, these cuts, these little videos of the movie that we can watch before to watch the whole movie, and it's something that I usually do too, to follow these pages that post something really interesting about the movie, and that make you can make you watch them just because of the this part of the movie. Something really bad that happens, that can happen actually, is about this. Okay, this part of the movie is interesting, and I started to watch the movie because of that. But the whole movie, the other part of the movie is so trash. It's not great at all. But because of that cut that I saw, that I watched, I just wasted my time. So this is really often when that happens. And about what you said about this contracapa, the summary, as you said
Yeah.
about the movie, the book actually, it's something really that can help us to decide, okay, I'm going to bring this one home or not. So that's
And
something
I
really good.
think is searching about the writer as well to if you read something else as another book in the same writer with the same writer and is more easy to find uh, another book to read.
Yeah, if the author is already known by you, their books are great. If they release another one, you are automatically going to read them because you already know the authors, so you know
Yeah.
the quality of their products, so you just go for it. And
About
then
about the movies, yesterday I I saw some cuts about a movie and search and watching the movie before after that, and is a the name is Unsung Hero. I don't know is the spell is correct, but in Portuguese is uma canção de gratidão. It's a Christian movie. It's about a true history and is a very good movie.
I'm going to search about this one. I've never heard to talk about it. And is it great? Do you recommend it?
Yeah, it's a big family. They travel from Australia to the USA with the entire family and develop a new life in the USA. It's a
Unsung,
good one.
Unsung Hero. I'm going to search about it. And do you feel like about this topic, about this talking about books? Do you feel like this way, the main way that you learn things is by reading? Because I don't know, for other people, I've met somebody here on TNT. I don't remember the person, but she said, okay, the person said, for me, reading it doesn't work at all. It's just by listening. If I listen, I understand things better. I really understand everything basically. Or the other one, no, I'm a visual person. If I see some schemas, that's better for me. How does it work for you?
I need uh, a lot of concentration to read and understand what you I'm read to retain some information and learn with this. If I have some distractions, it's more difficult.
But the reading is the main point for you, not listening, like not to learn by listening or
Uh,
seeing.
for me, it's more a mix, like reading and after that watching some schemas, for example, or doing some exercise is a mix to understand and develop this knowledge.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's kind of a mix too, but the main ones I'd say is by reading. Not even reading, but the main one I'd say is the seeing about the visual part. If I see things reading in different colors about English, for example, the separation of the sentence, it's better for me. If I see somebody doing something, I'm going to do the same thing right away. Uh, if that's a great thing, of course. And I'm so, I don't know, self-taught person. Like if I just watch a video on YouTube about one creation, about modeling, something like that, I'm going to do the same thing. Of course, because it's the first time that cannot be so good, but I'm really a visual person about, okay, somebody did that. I'm going to follow the same thing. So for me, about reading and the visual colors, the colors, the things, for me, they are so impactant, I'd say.
Yeah.
But that's it. Thank you very much for being here. I wish we could have more time to appreciate more this great thing. And I want to ask you one more question. What did you learn on the conversation? It can be about a new word, a new expression, or anything that you're going to start to do about reading, anything.
I think about reading is a good topic, and I need to develop more this thing and read more than 3 books in a year, for example. I need to develop this habit about reading.
Yeah, and today I learned about an unsung hero and about this comic that you said about these heroes, that I didn't know. So that was very nice for me too. So that's it. Thank you very much for being here. I just sent the survey link on the chat. So if you can leave a comment telling how the conversation was for you. And that's it. Thank you very much. And I hope